It's a great day. My name is Trina Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue focused late night show in the country where we are on a mission. And our mission really is to empower, our mission is to inspire, and our mission is to provide you, the entrepreneur, with all of the resources that are necessary to execute that big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And on this episode, we have the one and only Dr. Trina Brown. She's in the building. And she'll be talking about empowering kingdom vision through mindset. How are you doing, Dr. Trina Brown? No relationship to Shay Brown, but still, how you doing, Dr. Brown?
No relation to Shay Brown, but yes, I am doing wonderful. Thank you for having me on the show. I'm so excited. It's a great day. Listen, I'm excited to be on the show with you. I'm excited to talk about empowering kingdom mindset. We have to definitely work on that. So I'm excited. Thank you for
You know,
having me.
Thank you for being here. When people hear the word mindset, some folks might think, Shay, I've got that thing wired. Why are we talking about mindset? So I guess my question to you, for those folks that are watching, they might have the same question, which is, Dr. Brown, why are people struggling in the year that we're in right now with mindset? They've got Instagram. They can get excited on any given day. They've got TikTok on any moment. They can get motivated. They've got Facebook and go watch anything they want online. And yet, even with all the on-demand streaming platforms, people today are still struggling with having the right mindset. Why is that?
You know, Shay, that's a great question. And thank you for asking that question because right now, if we look at where we at, like you said, we have all social media platforms, we have all these different things, but some of that is taking us away from the one-on-one communication, taking us away from actually dealing with ourselves. And so first thing we do is we go onto a social media platform or we go somewhere else with actually talking to people and getting to the place of understanding why things are happening with that individual and how to adjust. A lot of things are adjustments. And as you can see that a lot of things are happening here now and lately that cause people to think different, act different, reflect different. And so that changed the way we used to do things to the way we need to do things. And it's about the mindset. If I have a behavior that need to be modified or changed or upgrade or whatever, then I have to look at the resources. I have to look at individual information out there that will help me, guide me as I shift and change my mindset. So mindset is really a turning point for a lot of people, and a lot of people don't know how to adjust. They don't know how to reach out for help. They don't know how to understand what that looks like because they know there's some things that's going on, but they can't put the pieces together. And so many things are out there through social media that can be to the point where it draws people away instead of bringing people closer to each other because we
I
are
love
communicating.
it. No, I love it. You talked about mindset, and it kind of made me slow down for a minute and say, wow, what's your definition of mindset? Is mindset just something you tell yourself? Is mindset just a belief? Is mindset a faith that something's going to happen that hasn't happened yet? When we talk about the word mindset, for those folks that are listening, and we'll get into having an empowering mindset, what that looks like. Don't worry about that. We'll get into the empowering kingdom mindset in a moment. But mindset means so many things to so many people. When you talk about mindset, what's your definition of mindset these days? Tell us a little bit about that.
And and that's a good question. The thing about mindset, it actually gets you to a place of thinking and changing certain things that you had a behavior of. It's putting you into a place of balance. And actually having a mindset will actually have you to focus a little bit more on the details of who you are and what it is, and then allow yourself to adjust as life grows, as you go through life. And so sometimes we're not ready to look at that from that perspective. And so mindset is a powerful tool if you use it correctly.
And as we got started, we got off running and gunning, and you've been right there sharing with us. Everyone to share. I hear this Dr. Trina Brown, but slow down for a moment. Then you can speed up. Who is this person? What's her backstory? What led her to be so passionate about what she's passionate about now? reasonable question from a reasonable audience. So tell you know the question. What's your backstory? Who are you, and how did you get started down the path you're on now?
Well, I've been knowing you for a while, Shay, but I've been doing mindset for almost close to 18 years. I reason why I'm so passionate about this. I started dealing with mindset and the behavior and regards of mindset because I had a sister that was dealing with early onset of dementia. And finding out that she had early onset in the early 2000s, I did not know what to do. So my thing was I had to adjust. So at that time, I was living in Seattle, moved from Seattle back to North Carolina, back to the East Coast, to be closer to my sister. As I was starting to find out more about what was going on, it all started with the mind. It all started with how she was thinking. It all started about the food that was been eating, the things that she was doing on a daily basis to allow her not to be overwhelmed, but the things that she was putting in her body that was affecting her mind. Some things that was going on with her behavior, being overwhelmed with the daily activities. That's why I say it's important, especially with the economy that we're going through and things that we're dealing with on a daily basis, how to be balanced in the mind. And so that's why it's such a passion for me, is because I seen my sister go from being an average person like me and you to not being able to talk at all because she was dealing with early onset, and to the point where she ended up having dementia, to the full point where she passed away in 2017, December the 5th of 2017. But I was able to understand the process of what the mind really does and how important the mind function is for an average person or even a person on a daily basis. And so that's why the passion for how do we get our brain cells to reproduce every day. Our body is supposed to reproduce every day. Every night you go to sleep, your body is supposed to relax enough that it has the energy and the will to keep reproducing the brain cells, the blood flow, everything like that, oxygen to allow you to go through your next. So that's why it's a passion. It's been a passion for several years.
Wow, that's amazing. And I know we're gonna get into later about the spirit of collaboration and how you're not doing some everything alone, how you partner with other folks. But before we get to that, someone might be thinking, "Wow, I'm curious, Shay, if she had to give me like 5 ideas or 5 things that I could do to have the right mindset." And I know it's a loaded question because people are different places, different spaces, different ages, different economic backgrounds, and so forth. But if you had to just step back and just kind of share and say, you know what, if you're out there and we'll talk about two different individuals. So if you give the 5 points, you can
Mhm.
have two individuals. There's one group of folks who have fallen down. I'll say it like that. They've had some setback, and you've been through that as well. And there's some crisis they're going through. And they might say, wow, what's one or two things that I can do to get my mindset and shift it on the right road? And the second part of that, and don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, she can handle a two-part question. The second part of that is just a group of folks out there doing really well. Life's okay. But they want more. They want to help more. They want to do more. They want to give more. They're like, man, what's some things I can do with my mindset? So it doesn't matter what side of the coin you're on right now. She's going to give a couple of ideas, and any one of these ideas could change your life. So you tune in. So here's the question. What's, I don't know, 2 or 3 things, maybe 4, I don't know what the number is, things that people could do right now to really strengthen their mindset and use their mindset to get everything they want out of life?
Let me say this. The main thing that I think that people could do for the mindset is that for the people that's trying, that's struggling, don't understand what's going on. Life is lifing, as they say, and things are happening, and it's every day that something keeps going on, right? But the main thing I would say is to actually take time to breathe. Breathing techniques, taking time to just say in and out. That makes a world of a difference. Allowing your body to adjust by getting the oxygen to the brain to allow you to be prepared for what's next, to allow yourself to get into a place of functioning, but being able to adjust while you're functioning, right? And so when I'm at a place and I feel like my back is against the wall and I don't have nowhere to go, then I have to look within myself. And so that's when I start looking at what can I do? What do I need to do from having my back up against the wall? Do the breathing techniques, change my eating habits, get around the right group of people that's going to empower you, not demote you. Getting around the people that's going to lift you up and give you the tools that you need to overcome, but also be strengthened along the way. Because iron sharpen irons, right? And so if I'm around the right people, it's going to equip me to think different, move different, and operate different. And so that will strengthen the mind. But so, and for the other perspective, I'm going to give you one more for the person that's going through some things.
Sure.
uh,
Thank you.
Adjust yourself for where you at, and pace yourself to the point where you're not overwhelming yourself, because the first thing that a mind will do is start to stop functioning, and there comes depression, anxiety, and so all those things will start to come on you when you're not moving. And so whatever I can say to you is that when you're going against the grain, sort of say, and things don't seem like it's moving the way it needs to, start to take your time and evaluate where you at, but adjust to it by making sure that you're not overwhelming yourself. Take and do daily marks. Say, okay, my daily goal for the day is to just get out the bed. Really, come on now. Some people can't even really get out the bed because they're so depressed about not having where they need to be at. And evaluate and see, be grateful for where you're at, but also have a mind to change my situation. And so that's for those people that are looking at a daily activity of trying to figure out, what do I need to do? Then on the perspective of where someone has already got everything together and they're moving fine, they're doing everything accordingly. And so, how do I move to my next? How do I get to my next? What does that mean? What does that look like? And going to my next will allow me to see that if there are some things that I have to change to get to that place. And so, when I change, what I need to do is that I need to look within myself. Am I meeting my goals? Am I being able to do the things to be creative, that I can say, okay, these are the things that have me as a strong person. I met this goal, but there's much more. How do I change my mind? By moving the scope, by moving the levels of where I need to be at. So that means that maybe I need to be around a different group to move me to my next. I need to actually evaluate the goals that I've set so I can change the way. Thinking stronger makes you better. So if I start reading more, adjusting to where I was, marking some goals that I've accomplished to marking goals to where I want to go, that be allowing you to change your mindset.
I love it, by the way. I love it. That brings us to a great part right now where we are, which is a segment we have called Today is My
Mhm.
January 1st. And as you was talking, I said, man, what a perfect segue. Now, for those folks who are tuning in every night, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you wait for this moment to say those magical words. Today is my January 1st. Happy New Year to you. And for all the new folks, this is your very
Mhm.
first time. Welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur family. Today is my January 1st represents our personal mantra. It represents a fresh start. It represents a
Right.
do over. It means our past, no matter how dark and gloomy that past is back there or how bright and sunny that past is, the past no longer equals the future. So my question to you, Dr. Trina Brown, on the other side as you're listening, is really two parts. Again, number one, when you hear those words, today is my January 1st, what do you hear? And then number two, when was a setback, maybe a challenge you had? Maybe life's been perfect. I mean, there's only been one bump in the road with your sister, but when was another time when you had a setback or there was a challenge, and how did you bounce back from it?
I will say that when I had to deal with my sister and the passing of my sister, one of the challenges was to change where I was at mentally, because I was the youngest of 10, adjusting to being able to take care of her. And when I looked at where I was at, it got me to thinking that, the weight of what I had to do, the things of how I had to handle it, and what allowed me to get to a place. And so when I look at all those things, it says, well, I got to change my mindset. And so when I looked at moving from Seattle to North Carolina, taking on that responsibility, it was my new year, right? It was a new dawning of something that I've never experienced. And sometime when I look at it from that place, I have to change everything around me. So that means my location changed, the atmosphere, the people around me. I had to regroup to a different group of people to be able to do the things I need to do. So that I mean, I had to look more in within me. I had to look more within you. And some of you have to look more within you to make sure that you make it through your January 1st. This is a dawning of a new day, a dawning of a new year. Because the first thing about it is evaluation. Evaluating where you are so you know where you can go. Evaluating where you are so you can build yourself and build your strength in your mind to know that you're more than a conqueror, to build yourself up, to know that you can do all things, right? And so when I start doing that, it allows me to be able to say, today is the day of my January 1st. Today is a new day. Today is the beginning of something greater, and my greater is within me. How do I do that? Changing the way I think.
Changing the way we think. And, you know, we're going to lump that on. That was well said, by the way. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for being so authentic and so open and so transparent. Certainly appreciate that. You know, you're not doing this alone. One of our 12 rules for life is collaboration crushes competition. And you have something here called empowered kingdom mindset.
Vision.
Is that right?
The conference? Are you talking about the?
Yes. No, I'm talking about the conference.
Vision.
Your vision. I'm
Vision.
sorry, empowered kingdom vision. You have something coming up where you're bringing on other individuals to kind of help folks not only have the right mindset, but achieve what they want out of life. Take a moment, if you would, and talk about just when you hear the spirit of collaboration, what that looks like, it means to you, and why you are so open to collaborate with other folks.
Well, one is because, when I first met you years ago, that was something that we did. Everybody was collaborating to build each other, right? And being the type of person that I am, I feel that the more I share, the more I help people. But I look for the same type of people. I'm looking for people that have the same type of ideal of building. And because I believe that it takes a village, right? Not only to help raise a child, but build a community. It takes a group of believers to understand that we are helpers one to another. And that's why the iron can sharpen each other, right? But also collaboration also brings on a place of building, right? And so if I collaborate with you, or I'm empowering you to do some things, then it will allow me to do what I need to do. And so what I look at is how and who is where I'm at right now. Who do I bring in? And because I'm looking at the people, the massive people that we need to attach ourselves to, so we can build them up, so we can empower them to be who they need to be. And so they will have the opportunity to be great as well. So
I love it, by the way. And what do you look
I
for
don't
when you
want to.
look for someone to
I was
collaborate?
letting you say some other things because I'm in regards of some of the things, but I'll let you go ahead. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead. Continue. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, what I was going to say is that with the empowering, I'm excited about you coming to the conference because it's going to allow you to say some things that you need to say, as well as some of the people that we're bringing. We're bringing health care people. We're bringing doctors. We're going to bring physicians that have the ability to give people what they need at the time of where they at. And so what happens is that we're going to start looking at how do we help them at that time? How do we get them to that place? And so what happens is that I have to say, these are the people that we're bringing in. These are the people that we're going to bring in to empower them each on each level, from health to wealth to prosperity. And the healthcare piece is that we have a pharmacist that's coming to talk about why certain prescriptions are important. Why? How do you balance that? We have a physician, two physicians coming. Then we have some people that's coming just to talk about what it takes to be well, to have a wellness piece about you. And then there's healthcare that will be definitely a panel of people. But then there's the finance part. We have a lawyer that's coming. We have people like yourself that's going to come and just interact with people to empower them on the individual level. And so when you do that, it's going to allow them to do what they need to do. Because when I start seeing the people that needed to be a part of it, it was looking for the right people that were doing the things to empower people. I didn't want it just anybody. I wanted people to come that's going to empower people to get them to where they need to go. And that's the key, is that when we get people like yourself and the other people, Dr. Shaw Action Jackson, Kevin Calhoun, Dr. Sandra Bermudez, different ones in the city mayor, the mayor of Fort Lauderdale, to come in. And then Dr. Long, the Longs, they're twin brothers that are physicians. One of them is a family physician. The other one is a surgeon through, I think, the bones or spine, stuff like that. So there's different people that's coming from all over to empower people on each level that they're on. So that's the key about this conference. It's going to give you exactly what you need where you at. And that's the
Mm. I
it's
love it.
going to
Folks that
help
are on
you
the edge
move.
right now, they're wondering how do they get more information? How do they tune in? How do they stay connected? Where should they go? Who should they reach out to?
Well, you they can reach out to me, and then they can get their ticket. We have two places that you're going to be able to get your ticket, but right now there is a ticket. You can get your ticket through Eventbrite. Eventbrite by going to Empowering Kingdom Vision Conference, and that's in Fort Lauderdale. That's the beauty of it. We went somewhere that's the weather's going to be nice. It's November the 1st through the 3rd. It's still going to be nice down in Florida, so you don't have to worry about the snow. You don't have to worry about the cold weather. You just come down and just enjoy yourself. So we're having it in a place where God has given us favor in Florida. So we have people that's going to do some things with us in Fort Lauderdale, but it's in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, November the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And so that's the beauty of it. It's in a warmer climate, but you can go through Eventbrite. You can email me at Dr. Trina Brown 7 at Gmail, or either at Empowering Kingdom Vision at Gmail. Empowering Kingdom Vision at Gmail. .com. And then there's a number, of course, you can always call, which is a phone number that will allow you to get access to me, which is the 206-579-6308. 206-579-6308. And so I'm excited about the conference. I'm on all social media platforms. This conference is like no other. I want to give people what they need for where they at. It's so many times we go to conference, Jay, and we conference ready. We always got to be at a conference, right? And we're conference ready, but it's coming back with giving you where you at. It's giving you the tools to get your mind right, but also get you in a place of understanding what it takes to get into the spiritual part, what it takes to get into the healthy part, what it takes to be in the wealthy part. We have an investor that's coming, a man that owns the Marriott Hotel. He is an investor. He owns one of the Marriotts, matter of fact, in Wardolph, Maryland. He's the owner of the Wardolph, Maryland Hotel. And so he's going to be at this conference. And so he does a lot of investments. And so he's going to bring opportunities for people that want to go and have investments, how to get in commercial investment, how to go and do the things, because he has a group of billionaires that's willing to invest in people's business. And that's why it's so important. I handpicked these people, and they were okay with coming and said, I want to be a part. I want to share. Because Dr. Trina, this is the first time you ever did something of this magnitude, and we want to be a part of it.
Mm. I love it, by the way. And as you come down the home stretch, as you were sharing that, I'm encouraging everyone to connect with you. You do some not only amazing events, but you bring folks together that are truly in the spirit of collaboration. The big smile comes on your face as you was talking about. All of a sudden, your energy just picked all the way up. My question is, what do you enjoy most about what you're doing these days? You seem to be having fun.
I am. I am doing a lot of things within the community. I truly believe in empowering people, and I'm at this place. And I told someone just the other day that it's not about me; it's about my purpose. I'm truly walking and fulfilling purpose, kingdom purpose. I believe that we can do all these things, but if it's not lining up with why I was created and doing the things that help empower people, then I am not. I'm taking life for granted. And then I need to be able to empower you without looking down on you. Come on here, somebody. Let me stop this. So anyhow, because I am so excited about being in who I am. I'm in ministry, more so counseling, more so in speaking engagements with the churches. I do a lot within churches, but I also do a lot within people. I believe that we have to be holistic, that not only in the spiritual realm, but I need to be able in the natural. I can be spiritual spiritual all day, but if I don't give you substance, how to maintain and catch the fish and eat every day, then I'm just someone just having church. But I believe that's why this conference is not a churchy type thing. It's not a conference where you're just going to go get all this other different things. No, it's going to bring a balance to the point where you'll be able to balance out your natural as well as your spiritual, your health as well as your wealth. So you'll know how to walk in prosperity. You cannot have wealth without having health. And the thing about it is that, Shay, that most people are trying to do this wealth thing, and their health is deteriorating. And so God is bringing us to a place of being balanced so we can walk in prosperity the correct way, healthy and wealthy at the same time, so we can empower each other, help our community. There's no way we should be able to close down certain buildings and not see people being able to get fed in our own communities, not be able to see people be transformed in their mindset. So many drug dealers, drug addicts are out there. So many things are going on. We need to work on what that is. How and why are they dealing with depression? How and why are they dealing with all these different things? What's triggering it? And most of it is job related. Can we bring more jobs in the community? Can we change the revenue? Can we change our perspective of health? And so we'll be able to give the people what they need. So those are the things that I believe in. That's why this conference is so important. If you want to be empowered, if you want to be able to see kingdom vision, if you want to be able to see where you're at and know that there's a greater and a better thing for you to do, then come to the conference.
Let me say two things. Number one, thank you so much for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. We appreciate it. Can't wait to have you back again.
Thank you. I can't wait to come back. I can't wait. It's been a long time and I'm so excited. I can't wait to see you in November as well. I'll probably see you before then, but I can't wait to see you in November at the conference, because I want you to be running around like Shay do and say it's a great day. And I want you to let people know who you are, because that's the key. Because when we really start looking at why it's important for us to get with the right people and connect with the right people and go to conference that's going to empower people, then it helps you to understand why you are at the table. Because some people need to be at the table and some people are built for the table. Now, I want you to
let me say, you got it. That's another topic all in itself.
Listen,
Thanks so much for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. And thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I love to say, without you, the viewers, there is no show. So thank you so much. We appreciate you. I never get tired of sharing with you every night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time that you're amazing, that you're incredible, that you got so much uniqueness inside you, no matter what's going on in your life. Today, I believe, is your January 1st. And because of just that one reason alone, I believe your best is still yet to come. They haven't seen it yet. Your best is yet to come. Your best is yet to come. With that being said, my name hasn't changed. Still Che Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. And we'll make some good things how we connect again next time. Peace. Thanks a lot, Trina. We out of here. Peace, everybody.
Have a nice day.